We. Oh, awesome. There we go. You say we are.
Go. Hello everyone, AD. This is the Electric Metropolis video game tour. I'm AD Springer, also known as Corbidian, and today we're playing our Season 1, Episode 1 of Star Trek Forgotten Dreams, as we follow after the crew of the USS Peaceful Power Garden into a mystery that, well, be something altogether different. And start with log once I get it in front of me. There it is. Stardate, because off wrong. Captain's log, stardate 62083.4. We're responding to an anomalous transmission of unknown origin. The signal is fragmented, layered with subspace interference, yet certain phrases are uncomfortably distinct. Where revelation, skies collapse, stars fall. Starfleet Command has granted authorization to investigate. The official directive classifies this as a standard scientific diversion, and still I cannot shake the impression that the message was not meant for just anyone. It carries a quality of recognition, like a voice calling across a great distance. Too far for reason, but not for memory. I will, of course, follow established procedure. Sensor sweeps, caution in approach, thorough analysis of all environmental hazards. But for the record, I believe this warrants more than scientific curiosity. There is a pattern beneath the distortion. One listens closely enough, there's intent. This log survived me, let it be understood. This is not the first time I've seen the shape of a shadow in static. It will not be the last.
Very cool.
Start our first scene. Sick bay. Actually, I asked the doctor here, what is one thing that they fear that they dreamt of last night?
She probably had a nightmare about her time on her former colony world when the plague broke out, and she wasn't able to save everyone.
And that just kind of meanders through your mind, kind of lingering a little longer than normal as you get to work and you start looking after your med bay. You have a decent staff, a decent sick bay under you to service the entire ship. And you're aware that the captain is going to be coming down shortly to have their physical. But you have a bit of time before they arrive.
Okay. I get everything ready, straighten my lab coat, make sure there's no wrinkles in it. Turns off the lo-fi music she has playing in the background, gotta look professional.
Alright, give me control medicine. We're going to go with difficulty 1, normally be difficulty 2 to create a trait, but you're in med bay, so anything medical is easier in sick bay, basically.
Sorry, it was medicine and what?
Control.
Control. Alright, this should roll it.
Oh, it's 2 dice by default.
Oh. Okay, that's the number of dice. How do you change the difficulty? Or it just doesn't?
Difficulty is how many successes you're trying to get. So
right, but I don't think there's a box to click for that, right?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. So... Oh, I'm going to do this the manual way. Whoopsie. So currently, you've generated one momentum because you have one more success than you needed, and the current threat count is 2, which means it's 2 threat per player present. So the starting threat for this episode is 6. And yeah, you've established the basic trait of just being prepared. Everything's squared away. Everything's where it's supposed to be.
Great.
Your door's opening. You see the captain step through into sickbay.
I put on my biggest smile and I say, "Greetings, Captain."
Greetings, Doctor. Just here for a pre-mission checkup before we get too much closer to the target system. Hope I'm not bothering you too much.
Gotta be prepared. Of course not. If you just sit down over here and we'll get started.
Certainly.
I say with a big toothy grin.
Captain takes a seat on one of the nearby benches. You should be able to move your own token with your mouse. There you go.
Yeah.
Want to make sure it works.
I pull out my medical tricorder and the little, scanning little baton thing it comes with. You see them on the shows.
Yeah, the main tricorder, and then the little, much closer detailed tricorder, so you can tell the tricorder specifically what part of the person you're scanning.
Yeah, it's like that little, lipstick case size, whoa.
Give me reason medicine. This is now difficulty 0, because it'd normally be 2, brought down to 1 because you're in med bay, and brought down again because you did a bit of prep. You already kind of have the captain's file ahead of you. You made sure you had the right tricorder ready to go.
Yeah, sounds good.
Generate another 2, you're at 3 momentum.
Oh, wow, okay.
And when you scan the captain, you can see a few things. She is in relative good health for a human of her age. And she does have a heightened level of stress that is a bit unusual given how you're kind of at green alert. It's a scientific expedition. She's not known for getting anxious going into a regular mission. And you can detect a mild amount of psilocybin increase, basically the psychic chemical in the brain, to indicating she's either been subject to psychic abilities or she's used psychic abilities. but she's not known as a scion in the medical database.
Okay. I mentioned that maybe this area has some latent psychic energies. As maybe a probable cause.
For
And
I was going to say, for momentum, you can determine if that is what's going on.
okay, yeah, I'll spend a momentum to do that.
Things. There you go down to 2 momentum.
Mhm.
You're able to determine that there will be a fair amount of the crew does have psychic abilities. It's not the most arcane thing in the world, especially on this ship, and that does leave some residual amounts. But this seems to be centered on the captain in particular.
Very interesting. I'll also ask her, when was the last time you've been on the holodeck to relieve some stress?
About 2 days ago.
Not bad, not bad. I'll give her a smile and I say, well, you seem to be in good health, but this psychic residue definitely warrants investigation.
Well, feel free to look. Would you say I'm still clear for duty, Doctor?
Of course, I say with a smile.
Very good. Keep me posted on what you find out, and if you see anything else of this nature, if you see a systemic crew problem, please let me know.
I will.
Thank you, Doctor.
Of course, Captain.
Gets up and proceeds out, likely to the bridge.
I'll pull up files on the telepathic crew members, myself, the commander, see if anybody had, like, any episodes or anything unusual happen.
That is reason medicine, a difficulty of 1, and the ship will be assisting you here because you're using the ship's computers.
Okay. So here's my roll. 1 success. And then the computers and something. Oh, you're rolling that, okay.
Oh, that's not double complication, by the way. That's a weird glitch it does. It only is supposed to roll 1 die, but the dice roller in Roll20 rolls 2.
Do you like a workaround for that?
If you can figure that out, we in other games we tried to fix it and it just kept it went away for a little bit and then it came back the next time we used the sheet. We're not sure. If you can figure it out, please.
Do you have a backup of the ship sheet just in case something weird happens? And
now, if you break it, I'm gonna hold it against you.
Fair enough.
You broke the ship.
I'll throw a duplicate into backup. I think I already had a backup. Yeah, I do. I have an extra.
What happened to Quinn? He hasn't come back yet.
Yeah, he cut out. This.
I thought he'd be back by now.
Yes, you did hit it. You get 1 success. You looking over the databases, it looks like various crewmates have reported having rather vivid nightmares, and predominantly nightmares across the ship. Not enough to make anyone. Some people are more stressed out about it than others. Most people are just, yeah, that happens sometimes. But that indicates some level of a psionic event occurring.
Yeah, it seems like it's too many people having it at the same time to be coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
when Dr. Essley finds this and she makes sure no one's around as a frown appears on her face.
The ship should be fixed now. But
Two successes.
I think someone weighted the dice in here. No, I'm just kidding. So, we end the scene there. Your momentum goes down by 1 because you're changing scenes. Goes down by momentum 1.
Okay.
Yeah. Bridge. As Commander Knox, you are currently on the Peaceful Power Garden is en route to the target system. And you know the captain, the shift's just started for the Alpha shift. So you know the captain's due to, and you heard in the, you were briefed by your yeoman that the captain would be up shortly in Alpha shift. They were going to stop by the medical bay for a quick checkup, just to be extra safe. Not required, but, you know, this captain seems a little more cautious than others. I'll note the doctor is in the bay. Where she is. What are you up to, Commander?
making sure we don't fly into a sun.
Give me... Give me Insight Command, difficulty of 1, as you try to keep an eye on your ship on bridge function.
Got it. 1.
Got it on the dot. Crew seems fine. Everyone seems a little edgier than normal for the shift. But everyone's reporting to you. It's condition green. The nearest hostile power might be the Gorn hegemony, but they're weeks away at high warp. Like, they're nowhere near you as you're hurtling toward the galactic barrier. Or not toward it, but like, you're getting pretty close to it as you're trying to get to the target system. So you're very far away from most any claimed space.
The crew being on edge, is that like somewhat concerning, or like are they very on edge or just kind of on?
Kind of on edge, like they didn't get a good night's sleep or something along that nature.
Okay.
Like, it's like everyone's been no one's like falling asleep at their console, but everyone's a little touchy. And actually, I believe you have telepathy. So you can feel in general people are concerned with various nightmares they experienced.
Interesting. That's quite odd. Can Azuria be? Can Captain Merrill walk into Azuria basically trying to lighten the mood, and she might be, instead of just sitting staring at the view screen, focused and professional, can she walk into a scene of her trying to make small talk with all the officers on the bridge, basically trying to just get their minds off whatever strange things they might have dreamt about last night, and just, get them more loosened up. Does that make sense?
Certainly could. I'll call that Presence Command, difficulty of 2.
You got it. And so these blue things on the screen, these are our momentum. Do I take that correctly?
No, I'm doing it on a notepad at the moment. I'll have
Doing it on the notepad.
these blue things here are the turbolifts. And
Gotcha.
and these little.
So
And
may
these
I
are-
ask? May I ask how much momentum we have?
You have 1.
One. Um. Okay. Um. I'm sorry. I'd like to spend it. I'm being selfish. I'm sorry. Um. So I'll spend 1 for an extra dice.
Okay.
Does my focus on team dynamics apply? Or
I
no?
would say so.
Okay, cool. Excuse yes. Okay, cool.
So you have succeeded at helping the crew relax, the bridge crew relax a little bit and let off some of that stress as the captain's walking in. But you did roll a complication. So you succeeded, but you can either increase the threat pool from 6 to 8, or you can ask me to introduce a complication.
I'll just give you the threats.
Okay. Threat goes from 6 to 8. And yeah, you run into a crew that's largely here on the Peaceful Power Garden. They have this is a ship that has regularly encountered. It's an anomaly magnet. There's always some weird thing they run into or new weird thing they're scanning. Having weird dreams. There's plenty to joke about. It's a pretty. Whereas other crews might be a little unnerved by this, there's a certain anomalous humor that's built up on the ship that you're tapping into.
Sure. I also think I'd like to try and just make personal conversation, like asking someone how's your jazz band doing in 10 Forward, or how's that holodeck program you're working on?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe since we're even tapping into the anomalous thing, if someone here is a nerd of those old scientists, remember when the Enterprise approached galactic barrier, basically,
Mm-hmm.
all that sort of stuff.
Commander, says the captain as she walks in, she waits for a good moment to step in.
Oh, attention on deck, everyone. Morning, Captain.
Morning. You have an ETA on our system?
I believe we are XXYY away.
Give me reason, con, difficulty of 1 as you kind of turn to con and ask them, hey, how far are we? And then you can do some quick math on your own. And the ship will assist with it. So they'd have to check the ships. I say difficulty was 2, 1.
I think you said 1.
That sounds right. It's not that hard. Generate 2 momentum. You're about an hour away. Give or take. You could be there faster, but you're at cruising speed. You're not going all out right now. You could be there in 30 minutes or 15 minutes if the captain reads.
I'm already standing up and ready to make way for her to get to her chair.
Ready room, Commander? But she gestures for you to follow her.
Certainly. Try and keep the ship steady, Ensign. Tell. Unless Quinn's already here, then I'll say Lieutenant Command.
Aye, Commander, says the ensign. As Quinn is involved in some shuttle work, trying to make sure everything's all set up for the mission.
Fair enough.
Alright, Commander. Have your directives for you. I know you've been waiting for a while, and I apologize for taking so long getting them ready.
Suppose better late than ever?
So as always, the Prime Directive's in effect. Starfleet, I see no reason to waive that currently, and Command doesn't either. We're to investigate the origin of the signal that we're receiving. It could be automated, it could be a ship, it could be some alien civilization. At present, Command isn't sure. I presume there's going to be some hazardous conditions, since we're getting pretty close to the galactic barrier, especially with our psionic crew, who are going to be far more sensitive to its call. So we're going to want to watch out for any strange dreams, extra sensitivity, but also just making sure that when we get to wherever the signal is, everyone's not hurt in mission of their duties. Fourthly, we'll maintain our scientific rigor, so let's not, as much as some of our crew will want to go by their gut feeling, we need to back up anything we feel or sense with hard sensor data and conclusions.
As always.
And lastly, this is more of a personal directive I'm imposing on us. There's a pattern here I'm feeling. I've been on missions like this before where there was a strange signal, strange otherness, stars. It could be just my grandmother's old ESP kicking in and I just have a bad feeling. But generally it's around these times that there's a certain flow to how these things go.
Of course. And what was it we said about crew following their gut feelings, Captain?
That's why it's Directive 5 and not Directive 4. That is... If we aren't able to uphold the 5th directive, then I'm not going to write anyone up for it. It's just more of a general, back up our gut feelings, but let's not pretend they're not there either.
Do you have anything more to it than this gut feeling, Captain? I know I'm being flippant, but it's not always you can't always quantify things out here with hard science, and I can say that because I'm not wearing blue. So
Give me Presence Command, difficulty 2, as the captain seems reluctant to go into detail.
Alright. Okay, fair enough. I'll spend another momentum. One of our 2, I believe.
Yep, you're down to 1.
Okay. 2 successes. I didn't... What? Can I roll the extra dice?
You certainly can.
Thank you, sorry. Okay, just 2 successes.
What? You sense something in Meryl's mind, in your telepathy, that you noticed it about the captain before, that the captain has a rather guarded mind, which implies they must have some, even though they're not a scion, they have some mental discipline training they must have taken.
Sure.
You feel it kind of get a lot more firm as she walls off her mind a bit. It doesn't seem to be purposeful. It seems almost instinctual that she's doing.
Sure.
But she nods and says, well, currently, the most I can say, without being an alarmist, is that certain signals and fluctuations have in the past been reported by some captains. And usually, when this kind of signal or similar signal occurs, that's when Command calls upon the Peaceful Power Garden. And it turns out to be something of psionic in nature. Some anomalous object. But sometimes it's nothing. Sometimes it's bad weather. It's my favorite, they have my favorite kind of food, that sort of thing. But that's why I don't want to alarm the crew too much, or even alarm you. But
Does it ever turn out to be something dangerous?
more often than I would like. But not often enough for me to get away with telling command I want to be at yellow alert this early.
Huh?
I hear you, Captain. I'll be vigilant, but not too vigilant. But I'm glad I know your thoughts, sir. I appreciate you sharing your thoughts, sir.
Of course, Commander. You see her kind of look over at one of her status panels and go, "Oh, looks like Quinn has come on duty. I suppose we should go back to the bridge as well."
Fair enough. Stand up.
Lieutenant Commander Quinn,
Yes, right here.
bring us out of warp just shy of the warp system once we're there, and increase speed to bring us to warp 9. I want to be there within the half hour.
No problem at all, sir.
Give me a control con difficulty of 1. Ship will be assisting you.
If it will let us back into roll 20, I will.
Oh no.
Third time.
While you're getting your roll 20 to load up.
Oh. Yeah.
Captain to sickbay.
Same here. Dr. Astley here.
We have increased speed to warp 9. We're going to be at the target planet within about a half hour. So be ready to assist with determination of life forms soon.
Yes, Captain. I say as I grab my med kit, fill a hyperspray with anesthetine and put it in the lab coat pocket and go to step on the turbo lift. Waiting for some nurses to take over med bay.
As you're riding up the turbo lift, Commander Knox, what is the scariest thing Knox has ever encountered in her career?
Encountered in her career. Scary. Huh. Hmm. It's scary in terms of scary or scary in terms of danger? Sorry.
Whichever one
Like-
jumps to her mind. Whichever one would stick with her.
Would stick with her.
Mm.
Probably a very important part of her career. It's one of her career events, in fact. When she went undercover and had to infiltrate an Orion slave ring, and she was alone and pretending to be a captured Betazoid noblewoman slave,
Mhm.
and all these dangerous pirate, slaver, smuggler people around. And it was one of the first times she was in real mortal danger in her career.
You find that memory floating to the top of your mind as you're waiting for the ship to get to the target system. The memory just kind of gets really vivid for a bit and then just lingers in your mind. Quinn, Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Nox.
I was gonna ask, do I feel that's odd? Do I feel that wasn't in my control? But I'm perfectly fine for Quinn to go first.
Oh, no. Give me, insight... Insight medicine difficulty of 2.
Okay. My medicine's only 1, but I'm asking for focus anyway. Focus and telepathy.
I would say would apply.
Let's see. Yeah, that's all I can really do.
Spend threats
What's the
and
difficult-
get extra dice.
What's the difficulty again? Sorry.
If I can spell, difficulty 2.
Okay. Take a threat, and let's do. Yes, since I
9.
Oh,
fuck
come on.
only 1 success. Sorry.
It's okay. You can succeed at cost if you like, or you can simply fail.
I'll fail.
Yeah, you're not sure. The memory's kind of distracted. You have like other duties on your mind. You know, it has something to do with telepathy. Like you rather use your own mastery of telepathy to try to search your mind. But you're not a medical telepath. That's not your specialty. You're used to talking or feeling people out, not so much diagnosing your own mind, which is quite difficult. Well,
Right.
difficult, diff 2, but it's more difficult than your average telepath runs into.
Mhm.
You can't get in. Weird. Thanks, Roll20, for being weird again. For now, well, shoot. You can roll for your sheet for now, but I'm not sure what's going on there. I think it's the Roll20 is having an issue again. I thought they'd fixed it by now. No, there's no the alert anymore. Very strange. Character asking for control con diff 1. You have a focus in helm operations. That would apply. Do you wish to buy any dice?
Can he hear us?
Uh-oh. Yeah, it's being real mean to him today. The joys of playing by Discord. Playing by internet sometimes it's fighting us. I dropped out again. While that's happening, Doctor, you arrive on the... Yeah, no, you cut out again. You arrive on the bridge. Your telepathy gives you the feeling that the bridge seems a lot calmer placed than the rest of the ship. Now that you've been alerted that people have been having nightmares, and that's kind of been making them a little more stressed. Up here, people seem... It's still like surface level, it's on some people's minds, but they're a lot calmer up here. Like they're focused on their duties, but they had a time to relax while they were on the bridge.
I'll make my way up to the bridge and take a seat in the empty available chair as I look over at the captain and the commander, and I say, I believe there is some sort of psychic event or phenomenon happening in the area that's affecting the crew. I'm getting multiple incident reports of strange nightmares exhibited by some of the crew members. And then my eyes stare off blindly into the distance. The rest of my body posture faces the commander as I say, "How about yourself? Have you had any strange nightmares?"
Definitely look curious, but GM?
You only just felt that memory come to you now. You slept all right, funny enough.
Me? No, Doctor. I can't say that I have.
She smiles and kind of looks thoughtful.
Do you believe there's some way we could detect sonic? Perhaps this signal is carrying some sort of sonic wavelength. Any way you can determine that for us, Doctor?
I could try. I say with a smile. Would I use some kind of sensors for that, or just like with my telepathy?
Depends on you. You could use one of the spare consoles on the sides of the bridge. You could also use what's on your chair, or you could try to reach out with your own telepathy to see if you can feel it.
Okay, I'll try the latter first, being a telepath. And I do casually say to the commander if she notices anything as well. And I'll use my telepathy.
Insight science. And Nox, you may assist since you're also a telepath.
Thank you.
Science.
Telepathy focus.
I think I'll spend a momentum to buy another die.
Another die. Telepathy, yes?
Thank you.
Oh, that looks like a complication. But 4 successes?
Generate
What's
2.
the effect?
Hello, Quinn, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. I can't assist.
You have a roll that we're gonna get to after this roll. You cut out for a
okay.
moment.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm on roll 20. So, good work.
So the roll you got, you did succeed. The two of you get this sense of there is a sonic presence that pulses at you. It's very faint. It's not like if you're near a large animal, they'll also have a psychic presence. You'll feel an elephant. You'll feel a human. You'll feel a rat. Telepathy-wise, it's a matter of how sapient they are usually. There are psychic creatures. But this one feels a lot more nebulous than that. It doesn't feel that concrete. To put it in an odd way, it feels distorted. Which is not...
More like an energy than like a being.
Yeah. You may generate threat or suffer a complication.
I'll suffer a complication. Maybe something bites back or something. I don't know.
Get a slight headache.
You, Doctor, you are facing a potency 3 psychic feedback, which will either which for most people would drive them into a defeated state as they go non-lethally down, but you can suffer 3 stress instead to kind of force your way through it and kind of regain your composure.
Okay, I'll do that.
And Nox, you can feel the because you weren't the main person, it hit Solly first. It hit Solly first, and then you were able to kind of pull away from the hit before it bled over to you. And because you took the stress, I'll say that, Doctor, you felt it. It was almost like touching a live wire. Is what it felt like. That sudden zort of energy.
Okay. I force a smile as I rub my head and go, ow. Yes, there's definitely some sort of psychic phenomenon there, a very potent one.
Quite potent. Are you alright, Doctor?
I think I'll be fine, I say through the smile.
Any idea what it was you felt?
It didn't seem to be a being, but a phenomenon, perhaps an energy field. I'm uncertain of the source, but it's definitely coming from our destination.
Lieutenant Commander Quinn, status on our rapid approach.
We're just about there.
Give me Control Con difficulty of 1.
Yeah. There we go. And we've got a momentum.
Sure. 4 momentum. Up to your maximum amount of 6 momentum. As you're able to bring the ship up to speed, and the captain has laid out that she wants you to stop short of the just outside of the star system.
Yeah. Very well. I'll float the impulse.
Captain hits some keys on their chair. As on the view screen, you all see the generic free scan of what the sensors is detecting. Well, for a star system that's on its way to the galactic barrier, looks rather normal.
I suppose looks can be rather deceiving in this case, Captain.
To be energy fields along some of the outer edges of the system, debris belts, binary stars, gas giant. Alright, Commander, let's see if we can get narrowed down exactly where the signal's coming from in the system before we get any closer.
Yes, sir. Can I... which commander was she talking to? Quinn or me?
She'll specify Lieutenant Commander or Commander. For exactly that reason, so she doesn't throw you off.
Alright, cool.
So
Can I go ahead and stand?
where are we going?
That's just it, Lieutenant Commander. We're not quite sure yet.
Yeah. Ah.
Can I stand up and head over to the science station and basically be like, all right, insert name here. Let's try and get us pointed in the right direction. Can I like, I don't know, uh, make the roll
I
myself
guess
for
I'll
flavor,
assist.
or
I'll assist.
Yeah.
Certainly could. And you can make the roll yourself. The explanation being the scientist explains what they're seeing, and you're interpreting it to something that the captain can parse.
cool.
Now, you now need to choose a target for where you're scanning. The further away something is from you, the harder it is to scan, unless you launch a probe.
Okay.
Basically, it's diff 1 if it's not in the same zone as you. So this zone outside is diff 1. It's diff 2 for anything that's adjacent. Diff 3 for this area. 4, 5 for this zone. These zones here. If you want to go further than that, it's basically impossible. You're too far away to get detailed scans beyond the generic scans that you already have, unless you fire a probe. And then if you fire a probe, that probe does go there, assuming it doesn't get blown up. That becomes the new... You'd say, I'm scanning from that probe, and that becomes the new difficulty setter.
Yeah. We could move
Okay.
into the inner system.
Well,
Oh, we
let's make
could
sure our
move
path is
past
clear,
every
Lieutenant
planet.
Commander. And can we scan this closest planet first?
Reason Science, difficulty 3. Assisted by ship sensor science. And you all may roll for the ship now, as the captain is now delegating most of the ship duty.
You said reason in science?
Yes.
Here's my assist. One.
Since I'm narratively, quote unquote, working with the science officer, does team dynamics apply as a focus?
I'll say so, especially since the doctors come over, so the three of you are kind of bouncing around in your heads what you're...
Sweet. I'll spend a momentum.
5. Actually, you're down to 4 because it's a new scene. You entered the system. My bad.
Cool. For future reference, by the way, I don't know
But then
if
yeah, I'm down to 1.
I don't know if we want to not roll the assists until the main roll happens, because it's kind of easy for me to metagame and say, "Oh, I already have a 1 assist. I don't need to spend momentum." You know,
Yeah, sorry, I jumped the gun a little bit there.
it's just preference. But I'm just saying if we want to avoid metagaming.
Yeah.
But I will spend momentum anyway. Here's my roll. We didn't read it. Shit. Can I? Nope, I don't have a value for this. That's the roll.
And the ship, if someone wants to roll that.
Yeah, I can roll it. 1 second.
Oh,
So computers or sensors?
Sensors science.
Sensors. One. Nope.
Oof.
Between the two of you, you're able to get an idea of what the scientist is talking about. Part of the difficulty is just weeding out the stuff that's just regular background noise, normal stuff that you would hear or sense. Base. I know it's sure I'm giving you the right information, so I don't throw off your puzzle solving.
Um.
You detect that is a. Despite initial scans give the indication that it is a M-class planet, but as you scan it further and read and look over the data, it actually is a Class J, a gas giant. But it's a gas giant that's habitable.
The fuck?
Yeah, that's what confused you, because it's
what?
something that big generally draws too much gas, and then the gas just crushes everything. But this seems to have a habitable atmosphere, very high gravity. You'd want to be in a suit the whole time, but in theory, if you took your helmet off, a human could live there. If not for the high gravity.
Is this blue water, or is this just blue gas?
It would appear to be gas, but according to the scans, the waters are also blue. It's almost like the gas is refracting the image of the planet below.
Fuck.
Have we ever seen a planet like this? I asked kind of absently to the crew.
For momentum, that question can be answered.
Well,
Okay, I'll do it.
Believe there was a planet Hell, or that's what they nicknamed it.
Class Y, says the science officer.
Yeah, Class Y.
But this is Class Y is wildly inhabitable. But then again, this may be Class Y is also used sometimes as a generic anomalous planets that don't neatly fit into the normal classifications because they're so strange. It's hard to guess at what will happen.
So I'm guessing this would be a Class Y as well.
I would say so.
Although from my initial, from what I get from my board, it seems pretty stable.
Captain, I think, signal or no, we've already found something very worthwhile to investigate.
Well, we could drop a buoy and get a science team out to investigate it.
Commander?
Yeah?
Your recommendation?
We could drop a buoy and then come back later or get a science team onto it.
I think we should err on the side of caution, Captain. Let's get a full scan of the entire system before we decide how to deploy our crew.
No, I don't mean immediately. I mean further down the line.
Certainly. And you hear her kind of talk over to the operations manager to get that going, get it prepped for you while you're scanning the rest of the system.
Yeah,
but I think
maybe make initial scans and send a probe.
But I think we've ruled out any psionic danger here, says Azuria, who doesn't know she failed the roll. So she says, maybe we can begin entering the system and get more detailed scans of the inner planets.
Oh no, you succeeded. Because with the assistance, you just nailed it at Diff 2.
Oh, I thought it was Diff 3. My bad. Okay, well, she says what she says.
Question becomes, where do you scan next? Or what do you scan next?
If we can begin entering the system, I guess we'll check out. Is this a binary system? Are these two stars?
Yes.
Okay, then we'll check this out.
Where do you want to move the ship?
Azuri just suggests getting closer enough for a good scan, but I suppose that's up to Quinn.
Yep, moving in. The ship can handle it. Well, the helm can't. It's down to the engineering team to make sure that the rest of the ship can handle it.
What coordinates does Lieutenant Commander Quinn enter? Where are you going?
The next planet in.
Like into the same zone as it, or are you going just?
The nearest planet.
So, are you going like here?
Correlated a course, which is the quickest between planets, if you see what I mean. Some could be on the other side of the star, or they could be completely miles apart. So it'll be a orbital path, an inward orbital.
Well, the thing you're seeing on navigation is that there is 3 main planets, and then around this planet, it seems to have rather large-looking moons.
He has a suggestion. How about we be in 2 or 3 places at once? Then buoys to 2 other places, and then move on to 1 instead of going to every single planet. It saves me driving all the way. Sorry for the 20th century euphemism there.
You're suggesting we send out...
me piloting every single planet and you scanning every single planet from orbit. We can send a buoy to the orbit and then scan from there, but I just have to go to 1 and we can scan 3 at once, or 2 at once.
What do you think, Commander Knox? You believe we should be sending out shuttles to all the planets to investigate them individually?
Shuttles?
No, a buoy.
Oh, you just want to send out probes to each of them? Oh.
Yeah.
Free to get your feet wet, Lieutenant Commander.
The water world was...
Very well. Carry on with warp to the next closest planet. Let's complete our survey of the system.
I wouldn't recommend warp in a system. It's recommended with stick to impulse unless an emergency.
Very good, Lieutenant Commander. Impulse us in.
What I'll do unless I'm coming out of warp. Because I know I can handle that.
So at impulse, you can move up to 2 zones. So where are you going?
We'll head to the green planet.
These are stars.
Yeah, we're not.
Ah,
We established these are stars. We're going here.
We're at the blue planet. Oh well, I'll tell you what. I'll just warp and go to the purple rock there. The misshapen planet.
You mean this gas giant here?
Yeah, it doesn't look like gravity's made it. How big is it?
It's a gas giant. It's fairly big.
Gas giant, looking that shape. Okay, right. Well, I'll set a course and lay it in.
All right. So you are passing through. You're passing through this weird gas here, which will. There's no check for this because it's pretty straightforward. It's not like it's making it hard for you to see or anything, but you do need to account for it so it doesn't damage the ship in any way. Which means it will cost you some momentum to go through. I have to check how much it costs. I went the wrong way in the book. Sorry. Not in combat yet. It will cost 1 momentum to pass through. Or do you try to find a different way to enter the system?
No, we'll go through the cloud.
You move through and find it. The ship does. You find that the deflector shield. There's for starships. There's the main shields that protect you from energy weapons and such, and then there's your generic deflector shield that protects you from like tiny bits of rock and space debris and stuff like that. Your navigational shield. It powers on a little higher, and all you do is just press it. You just put an extra little bit of power in the deflector dish, and it covers it just fine.
Yeah.
And Doctor, as you warp by the Class Y planet, give me Insight Medicine difficulty 2, as you feel a strange energy or presence.
I'm good at this.
Difficulty of 2.
Mm-hmm. Only have 1 momentum left, so I think I'm going to try to hit it without buying any extra dice. Yay!
There you go.
There we are.
For a brief moment, it felt like the planet was familiar to you, and then you were able to kind of shake that off as a, no, you've never been this far out before, you've never been to the star system before. But for a moment, it felt familiar.
I get the strong feeling that psychic presence is coming from that planet.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say as much to the commander telepathically.
What did the doctor say? Sorry.
You get a telepathic message from her saying, "I believe the psychic presence is coming from that strange blue Class Y friend we met."
The one we just flew past.
Yep.
What makes you think that?
I just felt it as we passed. A familiarity.
I kind of hesitate. I look between the doctor and science officer, and I'm remembering, like, okay, our directives are be scientific, but also trust your gut. And
Yeah.
so before recommending anything to the captain, Azuria decides to check herself first. Can she open up her telepathy and try and, like, sense the planet, the blue planet?
Give me Insight Science, difficulty of 3.
I don't know if this matters, but she'll try and do so cautiously, if that makes any sense.
I understand what you mean, yeah.
Are we out of momentum?
You're sitting at 2 right now.
Sing it too? Okay, I'll spend 1. I'll use my focus of telepathy and sense. Fuck. I would like to use a value, if I may.
Value are you invoking?
May I use?
You can also.
It's a bit of a long shot, my values, so go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say that alternatively, you could try to use one of the directives as a value.
Okay, I think that makes more sense.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Like either the be scientific or investigate the signal's origin. Really, like those two could apply easily, right?
Yeah, I'll take either of those. I understand your logic.
Okay.
Be
I'll
sure
spend a
to
determination point.
be sure to log which the episode and that you use a directive. That way, for later, we know for advancement for your character and such.
Okay, so I'll specifically use investigate the signal's origin, and I will choose to re-roll the 2 zeros.
Probably a
If
good
I may?
idea. You may.
Okay.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Awesome.
You focus on it, and you also get a sense of familiarity with the planet. But you're cautious. You've kind of been warned ahead of time to be careful of that. And it's almost like the planet is trying to give you a sense of comfort, or it's trying to inspire something in your mind to realize something.
To realize something. The doctor, after a telepathic exchange, will see Azuria's face go even more like concern, and she'll just blurt out, Lieutenant Commander Quinn, I'll stop. Captain, I know
I'll
I'm
stop,
contradicting myself. I know I'm contradicting myself, but I think I may have blazed past the outer gas giant too early. I think the signal is somewhat, she looks strangely at the doctor, somewhat coming from there.
I'm not in agreement.
Or momentum, I can clarify things.
What do you think, Shaya?
Yeah, if you don't spend it, I will.
Oh, hold on. I might have a trait that may help. Oh. May have a talent that... Oh, okay. There you go. I do have a trait that may help. I can charm the ship, because one of my traits is charm the birds from the tree. And charm the computer, I mean.
Unfortunately, the computer is not sentient, but otherwise I would totally take it.
Well, I could,
No, I'm going to say no to that.
Damn.
Hey, some people forget about their traits. But yeah, between the two of you, you get this feeling psychically that it's almost like it's almost like a war. It's almost like a relay of something else. Like it's.
Oh.
Yeah.
I haven't considered that. Jaya says aloud.
But it's not relaying the whole message, it's relaying part of it and then focusing it.
I so wanted it to be the source, I haven't considered it could just be a relay of the true source. What do you think, Commander?
I think Lieutenant Commander Quinn was right, and I was a little too hasty. We should have sent probes to confirm first. And now we're in the middle of the system.
Well, we could probably
I think we should just...
It'll take a little bit more time, that's all.
We can fire a probe from here. No harm, Commander.
I think at this
Well,
point...
how about we
now that-
stay here and fire probes to all of the planets now? Instead of, moving back and forth.
Unless the Doctor and I are being tricked, I think we should focus all our attention on that Y-class planet.
Very well. Setting a
Captain?
course, waiting for confirmation.
Impulse us over to that planet, Lieutenant Commander. High orbit.
Alright.
Check involved, because you can be zones, which is pretty easy.
Moving in.
And as you begin entering high orbit, give me control con difficulty of 1, assisted by engines con for the ship.
Con, I'll just roll the dice. Oh,
You're succeeding so far.
who's got the ship? Who's got the ship?
I can do it.
I can roll
What do
if
you
you like.
need? Go for it, Jaya.
Engine con?
Yeah.
Yep, engine.
No X-ray.
As you enter high orbit, Quinn, you feel the ship. You feel the gravity pull at the ship a bit. So you just have to. You just pour a little more energy into the engines to kind of keep yourself in a high orbit.
There's something tugging at the ship, but I'm compensating for it.
Makes sense. Gas giants' gravity wells are notoriously strong.
I'm not sure if it's that, sir. It seems... Oh, it's not the gravity. I've entered orbit into a gas giant before, and this is different.
I will spend 2 of my threat. Is it 2 threat, or is it more? I'll say 2 threat. It's not what I'm thinking. So you all feel the ship kind of lurch suddenly, and you all had to kind of put a foot out or put a hand up to kind of keep yourselves from being moved around too much as the ship just moves suddenly, and Quinn, you instinctively probably just pull the ship out of being pulled into the planet again.
Yeah. I wouldn't have needed to adjust anything because I would have known.
Yeah. Well, that's just it. It's so sudden that you were stable, and then all of a sudden it went from 50% pull to 100% pull, and then went back to 50% pull. So it was this weird spike in energy.
Yeah.
All right.
Report. Are we all right?
All stations, yellow alert, please. The shields pop on. People start moving around a bit more cautiously. Is that a tractor beam? Someone find out what that was, says the captain.
Science analysis.
I'd like to know too. I thought that people were getting on with it.
Reason plus con. Difficulty of... Oh, you're in the same zone, so it's diff 1. Sensors plus con.
Or heading into Odo's office to make it a complaint about Odo.
Who's taking on the role?
I assumed it was Quinn.
Yeah, that'll be science.
Reason con. Difficulty 1.
Oh, he's gone. Okay. I can, I'll tell you what, I'll give you a threat,
Up to 8.
and then I can have a reroll. Oh, that means I get an extra dice as well.
Rolling 3.
Yes. Yeah, off we go. Oh, what?
That is unfortunate.
Yeah, you don't want me. You
Well-
don't want me to roll con. I'm bad at con.
Oh no! Well, I've got a reroll, so but I can only reroll one. Is that right?
Yep, but you might get it. It's only diff 1. You might. I imagine you're gonna re-roll that. Yeah, you got it. I imagine you
There we
re-rolled the
go.
20.
Yeah.
You do a bit of a
Yeah, we
scan.
roll the crit, but
I got picked up the wrong dice.
As you do a quick navigational scan, checking for anything that could be pulling at the ship, what's making it hard for you to move around, you are able to, and I just remembered something, because you're the flight officer, you generate a bonus momentum, which is one that doesn't go into the pool. It's something you can use to gain extra information, that sort of thing. So it's a temporary momentum that you've generated, flight officer, and you did a flight-related thing, which you should have been getting before when you did rolls, but we haven't done. Actually, no, we haven't done rolls up until now. But to answer your question, it seems that you are not subject to a tractor beam. It's almost as if the planet's gravity is fluctuating wildly, which is not normal. Planets, planets do shift
Whoa.
gravity, but they shift gravity on an astronomical scale over the span of like millions of years, not 5 minutes. Like that's not normal.
Yeah.
You may ask a bonus question if you like. You do not have to, but I'm alerting you to the rule.
Is it? Can we try to find out if it's natural or artificial?
You certainly can.
It feels artificial, that.
When you check over it and compare to other planets, because there's other class Ys in the galaxy that have weird, anomalous things about them, and some of them do have weird gravity fluctuations, gravitics. This one is too smooth. And you check over your logs and notice that it didn't fluctuate like that while you were moving around. It only did that when you came into high orbit. But it would have felt natural if you hadn't thought about it. Like if you hadn't given a second thought, you might have assumed it was a natural fluctuation of a class Y. What do you got, Lieutenant Commander Quinn? Are we all right? Any tractor beams?
Yeah. I'm not sure if it was a tractor beam or not. It still feels different to natural. Because naturally, planet's gravities don't do this.
All right.
From over millions of years. Or in the case of Earth, there are gravitational anomalies on the surface, but they're sort of so low, you hardly notice.
All right. Put in maneuvering thrusters, move us away from high orbit. I don't want to get pulled in by whatever this is.
I have already put one into a high orbit, and we are very secure. But I can move into a higher orbit.
Please do, Lieutenant Commander. I'd feel a lot safer if we weren't. We had a bit of extra give.
Yeah, I mean, being the gravitational orbital. What I mean is, I can take outside the normal orbital pathways and go further out, but we would have to create our own orbit around the planet instead of keeping in the same speed all the way around, if you see what I mean.
We can set one of the Lagrange points. I'm fine with that, Lieutenant Commander.
Yeah. Okay. Lagrange point it is.
Drift out a little bit, but you're still pretty good. Well, I guess it doesn't seem to mind us being all the way out here. Says the captain, tapping her fingers on the chair, just kind of mystified why a planet tried to pull you all in.
I suppose we should go with the Lieutenant Commander's earlier suggestion, Captain. Maybe a sacrificial probe would be the next step to investigating this very clingy planet.
Very good. Tactical
Perhaps
launch.
it's just lonely.
A living planet. There's a thought. Tactical launch probe. Science, please keep an eye on it. Let us know if it starts getting manipulated. Ship turns. It fires a torpedo, but it's a torpedo where the warhead's been swapped out with a sensor suite. That's basically what probes are. So this little tube kind of pumps out and races away toward the planet. The sensor operator watches it and pilots it a tiny bit. It's mostly automated. They're just mainly making sure it's not doing something weird and veering way off or anything like that. And then the probe suddenly gets sucked in and then gets pulled into the gases of the gas giant, and immediately the probe indicates intense pressure and gravimetric eddies as the gravity goes up and down as it's moving through the gas layer, and then it gets sheared into pieces.
Oh.
Yeah.
Morbid.
I'm glad that wasn't us, says the captain.
Definitely.
Well, it can be arranged if you so wish, but I don't wish it so.
Don't worry, Lieutenant Commander Quinn. I'm in no rush to see how much the Parliament classes can withstand gravity shears.
Yeah.
That's someone else's job.
I trust my own piloting, sir, but I don't trust it with passengers.
Well,
See what I mean? I don't want to get anybody else killed because of my
well, we're not
decisive
sending you.
piloting.
We're not sending you on a solo mission either, Lieutenant Commander. At least not yet.
Well, one volunteer. I don't mind testing the limits if we have a good enough shuttlecraft or runabout.
Doctor, before we resort to sending our ace pilot to map this gas giant for us, do you think we might be able to investigate this relay psionically rather than scientifically? Could that be the answer? Doctor?
Dr. Asali, are you still with us?
I might be dealing with a psionic attack. Oh.
We're having all the good luck today. We did fine last week.
No. Yeah. technical issues come at once. Seems.
The doctor gets lost in thought. Captain
Yeah.
taps at her chair and thinks something out.
Oh, sorry. Was you saying something towards me?
Yes.
Can you repeat it? Sorry.
Before we send our ace pilot to investigate this for us, barring attempts to figure out this relay scientifically, do you think we could investigate it psionically instead? Could that be the answer?
Yeah, we did try before, but I feel like now that we're closer and know that it's certainly somewhat coming from this planet, it'd be prudent to try again. Yeah,
A concerted
and
effort
I will
with
try that.
precautions.
Yeah.
Do you think we should have any medical precautions ready in case something happens?
Well, yeah. I'll alert sickbay just in case there's more of that sonic feedback. To be ready to treat that in case it debilitates me or the commander.
Easily done.
Okay.
Let me make an announcement to the crew as well, Captain. Since we have other telepaths on board, I'll alert them to what's going on and make sure they don't get any collateral damage from the backlash.
Give me presence command difficulty of 0 as you alert the crew to the possible danger.
Cool. Presence command. 1.
Generate 1. And Doctor, you don't have to roll to do that because one of the free things for a chief medical officer is that it costs you 1 less to get a medical team ready to go. So there's just there's now a trait of a medical detail that's ready to rush in and help you if you need it, or elsewhere on the ship for that matter.
Very cool.
You will learn more about this planet psionically, dude.
Definitely.
What do you want to
like actively tap into the source of the energy and like instead of just pinpointing it, actually like decipher its nature basically?
Insight engineering?
I think I'm gonna. Okay. Cool.
What were you gonna try, Doctor?
I was thinking like I can use my telepathic projection to like project a mental image of myself in the atmosphere and then try to psychically perceive it. Maybe the range difference will benefit.
Your projection projects you into other minds.
Right, yeah, that's true. I wouldn't know if it has a mind.
But you could project yourself in, if you believe it has a mind to project into, you could attempt to project into it.
Well, I think we should find out if it has a mind first.
Oh, okay.
Would probably be the more prudent. But yeah, that's a good point.
I was going to break out a different book. But yeah, no. I have to tell you the difficulty. That helps. You might want to know that. Difficulty. Difficulty 4.
Oof.
One can lead, the other can follow.
Happy to do either.
This is the engineering and insight?
Mm-hmm.
I have good insight. I mean, that's all I can really
Like-
say. Right? Not difficulty 4 good, but you know.
Mechanically, what you could do, Doctor, as well, if you did lead it, you do have a determination. If you can invoke one of your values, you could get 2 free hits out of the gate.
Also,
Okay.
directives.
Or the directives, for that matter.
Yeah, it'd probably have to be one of the directives. Like, real quick. Yeah, I'm thinking the directive to locate the signal.
Make sure to write down the episode you use that directive in for later.
Yeah. Okay, it's written.
So,
So do I still roll or?
you still roll. So basically what's happened now, if you were at a table, you'd have 2d20 in front of you, and when you spent determination, you set one of them aside and said, that's now a 1. That's automatically 2 hits. So currently, you're only rolling
And I am gonna.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. I think I know where you're going.
I was gonna spend my last momentum.
The last momentum. So you're rolling 2 dice now.
I'm not 3 dice.
No, because one of them's been set aside to be an automatic 1.
Oh, right.
Good
Nice.
golly.
Nice, very nice.
Do
Here's
you-
the assist.
Very cool.
Assist doesn't matter.
Oh, there you go.
Nice. Wow. Difficulty 4. Let's go.
Da-da-da.
Engineering's fine. What are you talking about? 3 is very respectable.
You feel the planet, and then you try to focus as Nox tried to ask for, like, not just a general feeling, but trying to pinpoint origin or something like that. Like, where on this planet is it? And then you feel upon the planet there is a particular signal, which I will mark. Now you have a concrete enough idea you could point it on a map, because you're able to focus on the energy, focus on the
Awesome.
energy, and then it's there. I'll mark. No, not these ones. The other ones. The other ones will be more helpful. They're fine, but no. Loading, please. Thank you. We'll call in. Oop.
That's really cool.
Put a blow to it. As you're able to narrow it down to a specific landmass on the planet. And you also feel
Nice.
signal extending across the star system to one of the moons over the gas giant closest to the binary stars.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
What does the probe from that planet say?
Probe
We
got
did send them out, didn't we?
probe was fired at this planet, but it got destroyed by gravimetric shears. It didn't get past the cloud cover.
Yeah. Well, I can set a course.
I think the doctor is right, Captain. I think we do have a psionic trail to follow.
Do you believe we should investigate this planet's... Well, I'm not sure how we'd investigate this planet's particular relay, or if we should go to wherever it's linked to. That planet. Or moon, rather.
Leave a buoy in the ground spot and, let somebody else deal with it, or we'll come back later.
Drop a probe here in this at this Lagrange point. At the very least, if we need to look back, we can...
Yeah.
A tactical. Drop a probe. This area. Hover there and stay in the Lagrange point. That way, if you move anywhere else, you can say, I want to scan from this probe, and then it will... You don't have to take the higher difficulty scan for being far away.
And so far, Captain, I think we found a method that works.
Hmm.
As long as the doctor and I can keep it up, we can keep tracking down this trail of psionic breadcrumbs that we're being led through.
I nod with a big open smile, my blind milky white eyes staring into the distance as I ask, kind of rhetorically, I wonder if it's alive.
Forthright is spent as something is revealed. A ship... Lieutenant Commander Quinn, you notice that a ship has warped into the system and is entering through one of the nearby asteroid fields on the outer edge of the system.
Oh. Captain, we seem to have company.
Scans, identify who they are. Con.
I mean, I could do it if no one else wants to. No, it's Con. That's all you, Quinn.
Right, okay, I'll do the scanning.
1, 2.
Control?
1, 2. You're gonna want to know the difficulty. Yeah, it's pretty high because you're far away. Reason Con, difficulty 5, assisted by Sensors Con. Others, one other could assist for free, but you can use something other than Con if you want, as long as it makes sense.
Use science or purity, I think, for scanning. Okay, well, I'll give you a threat again. This time.
Yeah, threat. Okay.
And off we go. Oh, there we go.
I was about to ask, could I assist?
Certainly can.
Could I, Deanna Troy style,
That
just
was,
feel out for their thoughts with command as a discipline?
I'll take it.
well,
What?
Hey, it works. I was like, oh, I guess you could pull the Troy thing. I didn't think of that.
yeah.
I'm used to crews not having very many scions. So.
Yeah, we're a very telepathic crew here.
Wow.
Okay. Generate momentum off this really hard roll, why don't you?
Damn.
Yeah, you
Good job, guys.
Plus the ship. Sensors coming.
Oh,
Nice rolling, you two.
Made up for that really terrible roll earlier, huh? Okay.
wow.
Okay. How we're going today, are we?
Dice are hot.
Asa? What? Why is that? Oh, whoops. Wrong browser. No wonder those notes made no sense. I know. Yeah, it's fine. You detect and sense, and you're able to help Quinn sense the presence and verify what the sensors are saying. First off, Nox, I will say you sense the presence of Betazoids on that ship.
Oh.
And Lieutenant Commander Quinn, you detect that is a Hiwatha class Federation civilian merchant marine starship, the SS Beautiful River.
Maybe with Sotela? What about the only around this planet at the very least?
Strange seeing civilian vessel all the way out here, though, Captain.
It certainly is.
Comms, hail them.
Hailing frequencies.
On screen, you see a Betazoid male standing before a rather cramped looking and antiquated bridge that has seen a lot of retrofits over the years. You can still see some remnants of the TOS era of tech, but then there's like bolted on like modules on top of things. There's like a Klingon console over that way. There's some Ferengi add-on over that way. Everyone's dressed in whatever, and like they're kind of still in their spacesuits with their helmets taken off, so they're walking around in their EVA suits for the most part.
Oh.
I'm Captain Anala of the SS Beautiful River. Greetings, you Starfleet. How can we be of assistance? I think that question is more directed at you, Captain. Is there any way we can help you? You're very far away from Federation space. And they go back and forth, exchanging pleasantries. What do you three do while the captain's trying to learn about this person? To help the captain out. Oh, and it's a new scene, so one of those momentum went away, because we're going to confronting the Beautiful River. Go ahead, I talked over you.
Of course, just be here.
Azuria is partly taking the opportunity to relax while the captain's talking, but she is kind of still observing the other captain on the view screen, looking at the background, seeing if there's anything out of the ordinary, anything they're hiding, anything that the captain needs to be alerted to.
Insight command, difficulty 2.
Sure. Espionage is a focus?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, aye.
Nosy. Oh. Well.
Success of the complication.
No, you need it too.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's a fail with a complication. Do you want that to be a complication, or are you going to give me some threat?
How much threat are you at?
I'm at 5.
Take the threat.
I go up to 7. Yeah, you have a hard time just parsing what you're looking at. It's so non-standard and so not. I'll tell you this for free: that is not a Betazoid ship in any form. It's Hiwathas were used almost 100, many generations ago. People don't use Starfleet stopped using Hiawathas around the time that Nova classes became a thing, because they didn't need them anymore. And civil freighters, for the most part, Hiawathas are, if you see them at all, they're usually hospital ships. But even then, no one uses them because there's the Nova class. The Nova class and the Olympias can do that better. Other than that, you have no idea what you're looking at over there. That does not look normal. That is nothing like you've seen. Manju, you've probably never been on a Hiawatha class outside of a holodeck.
Fair enough. Azuri just stays quiet, lets the captain do open.
Quinn, you were up to something?
I was setting an intercept course just in case and observing the conversation.
Certainly. You can give me... I'll call this control con diff 0. It's pretty straightforward. You're not being... I assume you're not being sneaky. You're just moving toward them.
No. Yeah, just slowly, as you would.
Yeah. Alright. Some momentum. Whoops. Wrong. There we go. And I need engines con from the ship.
Oh, yeah, what a type, not class. Oh, it's an old medical frigate.
Oops, I'm rolling the wrong ship. There you go. 2, so you're up to your maximum momentum. As you're able to move closer and closer to the ship, you're kind of making sure to keep a nice level approach, which is helping out with the signal as well, because you're getting closer, so the subspace signal doesn't have to go as far. Anything the Doctor's up to during this conversation?
Did they mention why they're here at all?
As you listen to the conversation, they note that they are doing a system. I'm gonna type it out so I don't screw it up. System. Can't spell. A system profitability survey, which amounts to, it's the sort of thing that merchants in the Federation will do if they're trying to see if it's worth privately exploring something, or if it's something that's just a Starfleet thing. It's like, hey, Starfleet might care about it, but hey, if we go there, we could privately explore the system ourselves. But they usually don't send a whole fleet to do that. They'll send out like a survey ship. Mind you, this is pretty far out.
Yeah, it's a little odd. I'm going to, with a little bit of guilt, telepathically probe their ship to see maybe if there's any like injuries, kind of similar to like the psychic phenomenon we've been having. Is that something I could do?
You certainly could. Insight medicine. This one's going to be opposed because you're dealing with people who have who have their own psychic ability. They could push you out. If you succeed, they won't know that you probed around.
Can I use my focus of triage because I'm like trying to find the like most injuries?
I'll take it. Yeah, given what you're doing.
Okay. Cool.
Given what you're doing.
So what's the roll again?
Insight medicine.
I'm good at this.
I'm sorry. Because I'm the defender, I roll first, so you know what difficulty you're aiming for. That's my bad. Sorry.
Makes sense. Yeah.
That's
okay.
They're not super guarded, so I won't buy any dice. They're not really worried about being probed right now, but they'll naturally resist because that's just they're psychics who feel something might be poking at them. You're looking at... Ooh, is that even higher? Yeah, that's high enough. Certainly. I'm going to triple check so I'm not cheating. Yeah, totally. You're looking at a diff 1.
A diff 1, yeah. Okay. I'll just roll straight. So the tie goes to who?
They set the difficulty, so you made the call. You succeed.
Okay.
You can feel that there is a similar disturbance among them. They have, but no one's critical. They all have suffered nightmares of some kind or another, so there's elevated stress levels. But you do get a sense of urgency, like they think someone or something is in danger.
Okay. I'll just telepathically relay to the commander what I found, that they seem to be undergoing the same difficulties that we have, but it seems more urgent with their crew.
I'll nod at the doctor. Then if I can subtly whisper that to the captain without getting picked up on the view screen, if that makes any sense. If I can just murmur over so the captain can hear.
Give
Captain
me presence command difficulty of 1.
Sure. Espionage focus.
Yeah.
Alright.
Counter espionage, if anything. Yep, generate momentum.
Yeah, you picked good focus.
You have a float currently. You have more momentum than you can store. Would you like to generate a trait with 2 momentum or ask an extra question of some kind? Or would you like to just let that bonus momentum go away?
I'm thinking maybe an advantage, and Jaya, let me know your opinion. Maybe we have very good knowledge of what exactly they're suffering from, and we could, or the captain could offer our assistance in did that make sense?
Yeah, some kind of intuitive insight or something.
Yeah. So not only are we letting the captain know, hey, they might be having trouble, but hey, they might be having trouble and we have a way to help them. If that counts as an advantage for 2 minutes.
I would take that, yeah. You frame it in a benevolent light, basically.
Sure.
And the captain, taking your cue and your murmurs. Beautiful River, you two seem to be in a bit of a hurry, and you are a bit far out. Not to intrude on your profitability survey, but if you have any need of assistance from us, we're more than happy to provide it, even though you're outside of Federation space. At this point, your captain's going to attempt to roll an opposed roll versus the other person. Do you want the... actually, first off, the other side's going to roll opposed, because they're going to try to not do this. Seem to be keen on being assisted. Lies. The captain is a lot more resistant to getting help, so they spend 3 threat to buy 2 dice. So they're down to 4. Actually, no, he uses his personal threat. What am I doing? I don't spend from the pool. But has a focus. Bought 2 dice. Oh, I did roll. Now. The captain can roll, and since they're a friendly major NPC, they can use either their own personal momentum, which slash threat. If they were an enemy, it'd be threat, but they have personal momentum that's just for them because they're here to help you. They can use personal momentum, or they can use momentum from the pool. The personal momentum refreshes at the end of every episode. It depends if you want the captain to use up some of her
I'd say
personal knowledge.
probably. Yeah, personal.
Certainly.
Makes sense.
We need our momentum.
And how much dice would you like her to buy? She's looking at difficulty 2 right now. None of her things really help her here, I don't think. No. There's value she can spend, but for her to value spend, it uses up 3 momentum for her to do it.
Maybe just buy 1 die is my suggestion, but what do you guys think?
Yeah, makes sense to me.
She does have a focus. Oh, 0. That's incorrect. Oh, helps if I hit the thing. 18, 15. 15 would have hit. 18 would not have hit. She is 1 short. One of you could assist the captain in trying to convince the captain. Or you can have her spend 3 of her personal momentum to call on a value to try to re-roll this.
I'll give an assist a try. I'll try and add to what she's saying by... We've had much of the same difficulty ourselves, Beautiful River. And I think it makes sense if we help each other, since both our crews are suffering from these strange side effects. I don't know if that makes sense.
That does. Yeah.
Can I? Cool. Presence command, I assume?
That makes sense.
Diplomacy focus?
Yes. Well, Captain, I'm not one to refuse the assistance of Starfleet unnecessarily, and certainly not vouchsafed by a member of House Knox. I have come to this system due to a signal that we received. And according to the various crew I have aboard, we've all been able to discern that whoever is here is in distress. As much as my crew is not keen on going on rescue missions, the Hiawatha types are more than able to handle medical emergency. That said, Starfleet wants to lend a hand. I'm not going to say no. Very good, Captain Anala. Thank you for letting us know. If you could send over any reports you have, my commander can sort it out and we can liaise with you as needed. Peaceful Power Garden out. Now gained the temporary alliance of my vessel of the Beautiful River.
Yes.
It's as she pressed the button to cut the call. I've heard of this Captain Anala before. They've had a rather long string of good luck and fortune in their expeditions. Though I've never heard of him going on missions of mercy like this. This is the first I've ever heard of it. Not to doubt the veracity of a Federation citizen, but he is very far away from home.
As are we.
They seem to be reserved, but hopefully we can prove to them that we are a good ally to have and are, could be very helpful to them.
I wouldn't mind a little tour of the ship.
We could probably arrange for a bit of shore leave between ships, if nothing else. It's nice to let Federation citizens see where all those Federation credits are going when it comes to building new starships.
Oh, indeed. Where the hard work is going. Of course, we have the holodeck, so I don't think Hiawatha Class have enough space or power for holodeck systems.
No, they usually use the old recreation rooms they used to have.
Rec room.
Rec rooms, yeah.
No holodeck, huh?
Aye. Replicators weren't as good, you know. And amazing how they survived. But they did have a ship's chef on every ship. Ship's chef on every ship. I think I got that right.
Yeah, better it's either that or enjoy the standard flavors of nutrition cubes.
Indeed. Or the basic chicken sandwich and chicken soup from the synthesizer, as they used to call them.
And the two ships come alongside as they begin heading toward this system. They need to be heading to the same planet you are. Same moon you are.
Yeah. I'll contact the beautiful rivers right up there and coordinate with them.
You're easily able to kind of, between you and the other ship, you're able to get a nice parking job between the two of you, so you're in orbit close enough to each other that you can easily see each other and help each other, but not like right on top of each other, getting in each other's way.
Yeah.
So it seems to be they seem to be interested in the same moon we are. That moon with the strange ring around it. What an odd color it has. Never seen anything like it.
It is a good sign that we're on the right trail, I say.
And Quinn, give me reason or insight. I'll let you choose. Reason or insight plus con. Difficulty of 2. Assisted by ship sensors plus con. To notice something happening.
I'll take reason. Oh, well.
You notice that the ship didn't roll.
Who was the ship? Oh, there we are.
Rolling 2 again. So you got 3 successes. You generate a momentum. You're up to... You would have gone down 1 because you changed scenes. It goes back up to 5. Yeah, you can see the beautiful river is descending into the atmosphere of the planet.
Well, like against its will?
Oh no, it seems to be actively diving into it.
Okay.
It's purposely descending.
I look over at the commander and the captain both, and I say, "Well, if it doesn't get crushed, maybe we could follow." I'm still smiling.
Commander Quinn, let's keep a nice beat on them in case we need to tractor them back out of the atmosphere.
No problem.
You can either do this the cautious way, which is control con, or the more bold way, shall we say, and use daring con as you're trying to track the ship as it's diving into the clouds. Like, because you're basically you're either staying way high up and reaching down with your tractor beam, or you're flying as close to the atmosphere as you can and trying to follow them.
Oh.
Or daring con, difficulty 2, assisted by engines con.
Oh, right. I'll take daring. I'll give you a threat.
Okay.
Go.
8.
Oh, what a good job I did. Go again. Oh. Awful.
The ship saved you.
Oh, well.
Up to 6 momentum as you're able to follow along with the beautiful river. It descends into the swirling gases ahead of you. Roll. Oh. The ship descends in its entirety, and you're able to track it as it's flying along. As the Peaceful Power Garden is flying after it at high maneuvering thrusters.
Yes.
And then I will spend I'll spend 6 of my threat as you notice you suddenly lose contact of the ship. No explosion, no breakage. You just lose sensor contact.
Captain, the ship has vanished. The beautiful river, it's not there anymore.
What?
One minute it was there. Next, it was
Reaching
gone.
telepathy, do I sense them?
Insight. Con. Difficulty 3.
Okay. May I ask our momentum status?
For $50, sure. No, you're currently sitting at 6.
Oh wow. I think it's pretty important we find them, guys. Can I take 2 dice?
That's a yeah. Go for it.
So I'll spend 3.
Okay.
And let's go. Inside con. Hell yeah.
Generate 1 back. There you go. It takes concentration as you can feel that they are a lot of confusion and a lot of alarm. And you feel something staring back at you across the crowd of minds below you.
I still need to quickly get out the report to the captain. I still sense them, Captain. They're still here, even if they've disappeared on sensors. Their thoughts, their presences are down there.
How do we lose contact with an entire starship? We're right above them. You see the captain tap at their chair, trying to and reading over some of the sensor readings themselves, trying to figure. And Quinn, you see that she's checking the same thing that you looked at. She's seeing the same thing you are. It's there's as far as the sensors are concerned, there's no ship down there.
Yeah.
You even like turn over to like visual, like just to the regular visual cameras, and try to zoom in, and you're just looking at a lot of clouds.
Aye.
I said what I said, like in alarm, in a rush to the captain, right? But I would like to then turn my attention to this presence and just suddenly mentally be composed. And I will say telepathically to it as I stare back at it, I am Azuria Nox, daughter of the 8th house and noblewoman of Beta Z. Who are you?
You are defending from a psionic projection attack.
Okay.
Which I was gonna look it up, but I realized I could just look up because a certain character already has that ability.
Hey.
It is present security. You basically have 2 free hits because it's hard to project at somebody like this. But you do roll to increase the difficulty. Basically, you're making it as hard as you can to keep your brain from being melted. Basically.
Okay. So I'm setting the difficulty, and it will roll post. Basically, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Excuse me. Sorry. So, presence, security, telepathy, focus. I would like to spend a momentum.
Okay.
And let's do it. Yeah, okay. 3.
3 plus 2, so diff is 5 to hurt you.
Very cool.
I will spend from my personal pool 6 threat to buy full mint. Boop.
So how many dice does that add?
It adds 3.
Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4. I count 4.
If you spent 6, doesn't it? Yeah, doesn't it add 4 dice for a total of 6? If you spent 6 threat.
It costs 1 for 1 die, 2 for the second die, 3 for the last die.
So, yeah, you're right.
But that's
you're right.
on top of the 2 base, right?
Yeah,
So that's 5 dice.
Yeah. That's why you roll that's the full amount of dice, because you can never roll more than 5d20 at any one time. Either side.
That makes sense.
Even the bad guy. If the bad guys have like Q powers, they just don't roll. They just do it. But most stuff is supposed to roll. But yeah, no, it is one shot.
That's good. I'm trying to learn this system
Yeah.
so I can run it in the future. So.
You gain 1 momentum because you succeed. You got 1 more than you needed to defend yourself. You feel a wave of images just crush into your mind, and you lose your sense of self for like a picosecond. Like, just that there's that almost imperceptible amount of time where you stop being Azura Nox. And then you're able to reassert your brain under control. You may ask questions, either with momentum or by giving me threat, as you're able to learn something from this sudden attack.
Well, I have a talent called Cold Reading, which says if I succeed at a social conflict, I get a free obtain information.
You
Does
do?
that apply?
I would say it does.
I will use that first for free. What is this? Is it an alien? Is it a anomaly? Is it a god? If I can get some insight into its nature.
What does God need to do with a starship?
We will do it this way, I think. Yes.
Oh, what?
Bear with me. Yes. It is a psionic entity. So it's like an energy being of some kind. That's purely psionic in nature.
Interesting. I will spend a momentum. Is it hostile? Does it want to harm me? Unintentionally, not just by nature.
Yes and yes, to put it that way. There's intention, but that seems to be a natural urge it has.
Okay. This next question might be pushing it. How many momentum do we spend? Do we have?
You're down to 3 currently.
Oh, wow. Sorry, bad math. This question might be pushing it. How can we save the civilian freighter? If that's too much of a question, I understand.
No, you're peering into its mind. So you're able to grab stuff from it. You get the sense that you could either somehow communicate with them and let them know, pull up, because it's still, from its perspective, it's underneath the cloud cover. If they just ascend, they'll be fine. They just don't know they can do that. Or you can try to reach down with them with a tractor beam and haul them up forcibly. Mind you, you're firing a tractor beam blind, hoping to hit them. But that's possible.
But I don't sense that this being is like holding them. They can literally just pull up and they'll be fine.
That's another momentum for me to answer that.
That's another question.
I think I'm good,
Okay.
Unless Quinn, Jai, you guys think I should ask more?
Sure.
I think there, but
I mean, you could give me threat as well. I wouldn't mind.
I'm sure.
I think I'm good with that. I'll just say in the telepathic face-off, like, actually, I won't say anything in the telepathic face-off. I'll just turn to the captain and I'll say that there is a psionic entity that is hostile. I've made contact. with your permission, ma'am, or with your permission, sir, I think I can get in touch with the captain of the beautiful river and give them guidance on how to escape the atmosphere.
Do it.
Doctor, perhaps you could bolster my strength.
I'll try, I say, and do just that.
Lieutenant Commander Quinn, keep us stable over their last known vector. If we're lucky, we don't want to get too far away from wherever they happen to be.
Of course.
And yeah,
Actually, can I do two things? Can I assist mentally while I try to lock onto the Hiawatha class with the tractor beam?
You would have
using
to
like my telepathy to kind of like figure out where it is.
Actually, what I'll do to that, if you're willing to spend one of your momentum, I'll have it such that the ship, even though it's not you're more trying to talk the ship up, you are also communicating with other crew real quick to get them to help you with the tractor beam, just in case. So that will get the ship to assist with a psychic roll, basically.
Okay, sure. And that's a momentum?
Yep.
That takes it down to 2?
You're down to 1 currently.
Oh no.
The difficulty to reach out to them is presence command difficulty of... You know what? I'm gonna be extra mean. I haven't been extra mean to you all yet. We're gonna pull that up to... I'm gonna spend 2 threat to increase the difficulty by 1. It was 3. It goes up to 4. As you feel... all of you feel this intense, sweeping feeling of despair. Like, there's no point in helping these people. And it just and you have to, like... And it's a very alien feeling, because you're Starfleet officers. Your job is to save people like this. So it's a very weird feeling that's intrusive and butts into your brain. As a note, the captain will spend 1 of her personal momentum to allow Quinn to assist with the roll for flying along.
Of course.
So, main roller, I believe, is in Commander Nox's hands.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because if Nox gets no hits, no one can assist.
Yeah.
Aye. Don't take the loaded dice.
I'll try not to. Gosh. I'll spend a momentum and give you 2 threat.
Go.
Focus, telepathy, presence, command. Wow.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Wow.
I'll assist. Easy.
It's terrible with tractor beams, but it made it.
Aye.
And the good doctor.
Oh, me too. Okay. Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A difficulty 4. You generate 5 momentum. Ridiculous.
Well, there we go then.
Yeah, you're able to reach out to Captain Anala and alert him that what he needs to do is just direct the ship to pull up. A tractor beam reaches out to kind of get, even if it doesn't touch them, it gives them a directionality. Go this way. If for some reason they can't see, follow the tractor beam. That will lead you out. And they very quickly ascend out of orbit. This is the Beautiful River. Thanks for the assistance. We don't know what happened. All of a sudden, all our sensors went blank. We were flying blind down there. Visuals were okay. We were either have to touch down in the water or one of the islands.
It was very strange, beautiful river. We lost you on our sensors too. It's just by a stroke of luck we could get that telepathic link going, Captain.
We're able to pull some data while we're underneath the cloud cover. Sending it now. Apparently our sensors are running even though we were underneath the cloud cover. Lucky us. Meryl just shakes her head because it's obvious that was the most reckless thing they could have done. Like, it's the one thing she has been trying not to do, and you all have been advising her not to do, of diving into planets. It's like, that seems really dangerous.
Yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't do that. Oh, well, whatever. Got something.
Well, you know, Quinn is just sitting there, you know, smiling at them because he knows that he would do exactly the same.
Yeah. Like, do. I mean, I would have done it.
Yeah.
So, a new scene happens, so one momentum gets burned away. And according to, after some study over the readings, you learn some things about the planet below because of the beautiful river's reckless dive and you saving them from their own foolishness. There is, according to sensor readings, their sensor readings are very rough and rather vague because a lot of it just got garbled, and their sensors, although they've retrofitted them, they are pretty old. They're meant for... That's probably why they dove, was because they couldn't... Even if they fired a probe, they might lose the probe. They needed to be as close as possible to whatever it was they were scanning. But even then, their sensors were overwhelmed by all the things they were seeing. They detected that the atmosphere was incredibly heavy and rich in chemicals, with what amounted to metallic precipitation or metallic rain was falling from the clouds. Weather patterns were incredibly chaotic and shifting, with temperature swings every so many miles. They detected a lot of energy signatures, like energy spikes, indicating either other ships or perhaps settlements in the ocean, but they couldn't detect, their sensors just couldn't detect anything. They were just seeing huge spikes of energy, which either those are explosions or more likely it's the reactor core of something that gives off a lot of power. They did briefly get a detection of the deepest part of the surface of the planet, like deep below, because there's basically a lot of gases and storms. Below that, there's the breathable atmosphere, give or take. But the breathable question mark, we'll put it that way, because their sensors aren't really good enough to tell you more. But they were able to detect this massively deep ocean, and all the way at the bottom, they barely detected that the surface of the planet is not normal rocks, but metals, alloys. They were able to determine that the signal you've been receiving is coming from somewhere in the deepest parts of the ocean. The sensor, because no one was actively doing the sensor reading, it was just doing passive pings. It's hard to narrow it down. They just weren't looking for it. You're reading over what their logs caught passively. To get more than that... To get more than that would require reason plus science, difficulty, say 3, assisted by computers plus science. Because all the things I just told you was just what their computer said, but you might be able to crunch the readings down and get better information from it.
Okay, I'll hop off the chair and go over to a science console.
That's one of the display screens. What am I doing? You'd hop over here. This is the sign. My bad.
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
And the person steps aside to let you get at the control.
Beep beep boop boop boop. Nice, 2 successes. Let's see how the ship does. And ship uses... Hold on, you said it. Computers and science. That's already on there. Go, ship, go. Uh-oh. You already rolled it anyways.
Oh, I'm actually supposed to start with 2 bonus threat. I forgot about that because you're an anomaly magnet. You actually get a bonus directive for every mission. And I'll add that to your sheet now, because I should have... This will be here for the next mission for sure, but... it's... Standing orders. Understand the inexplicable. Which basically directive...
I thought that was on there.
Oh wait, it would be. Yeah, that's follow the pattern, basically. I outthought myself. That. Cheated myself with 2 threat, but that's fine. I'm up to 4 threat now. Whoopsie. So, you are 1 short. You'll need assistance to understand this.
I sure will.
Yeah, can I basically just lend a hand at the console?
Certainly could.
Reason psi. No luck, sorry.
And Quinn could assist, but it would cost 1 momentum to have an extra assist.
Could assist, yes. Don't mind if I do. But
Yeah, we might
have
need
a
it.
momentum.
Spend 1 momentum to grant an extra assist, because when you do assists, ship always helps for free. You can always get 1 person to help you for free. Anyone beyond 1 extra person, if it's possible, costs 1 momentum per extra person.
Yeah. There you are.
Just got it. As the 3 of you and the ship just... It's
Yay.
it's trying to parse very antiquated sensor systems, and then all of you are scratching your heads trying to remember, okay, so how do we tell the computer to tell us what we need to know? And you're trying to make sure you're not making guesses. You're trying not to fill in the blanks and infer things. You want it to be grounded in what their sensors caught. And with much effort, you're able to get extra information. You are able to, between the 3 of you, you're able to figure out the planet is a borderline Class M planet. Because the atmosphere is incredibly dense in nitrogen oxygen, so it is breathable, but it's so thick that if you wanted to live there, if you wanted to beam down on one of the islands somewhere, you could breathe it for like a few hours, but if you were staying there for days, you'd want a rebreather to kind of help you breathe the air easier. Otherwise, as you slowly acclimate to the environment. The other reason that makes it hard...
Probably need an injection.
Yeah, an injection could do it too.
You know.
Well,
up to 12, 24 hours or so. Even 6.
You would have to be careful. There is a risk of the rainfalls that they have, the precipitation, is metallic in nature. So imagine hail, the worst kind of hail you can imagine. It's not like being hit by an ice ball, it's like being hit by a golf ball or baseball made of like iron or aluminum. Like it depends on the kind of rain. So cover is, you either want to be underwater, or if you're on one of the islands, you need to You need shelter of some kind when it's raining, otherwise you're going to get pelted rather severely.
Yeah.
The hydrosphere is about 88% of the planet is water. The rest is various islands that are dotted all else across the planet. Some larger than others, but fragmented. Likely the peaks of the various mountains this planet once had. You are able to detect biosigns that are... So there's life in the planet's oceans. There's minimal life on the islands, just because metal rain obliterates anything that's above water that is undercover. There is biosigns of a lot of ocean creatures, but also dense pockets of biosigns, which may indicate a biosphere of some kind, whether artificial or natural. It's hard to tell from what the Beautiful River told you. There is energy signatures do indicate high energy reactors and gravimetric pulse traces. So something is adjusting for the gravity shifts and shears deep in the ocean, stabilizing it basically in localized areas.
Oh. Very advanced.
The surface of the planet, it's very vague because you're basically scanning through, deep water and all the various interference. But you can confirm there is a strong subcrust lattice that's resting atop the natural geology. So there's some sort of metallic lattice that's all around the surface of the planet. Wish to ask additional questions? It will cost momentum.
Is there any way to tell, the psychic energy coming from there?
In what way?
Like from the oceans?
Yeah, I can answer that actually. Down to 2. There is... The oceans do appear to be rich in psionic energies. It permeates the ocean in its entirety.
I'll relay this to the command staff.
Are you saying it's a psychic ocean, Doctor? Says the captain.
I believe so. It's like with a very intrigued smile.
Okay.
Oh, you can go down there and talk to them, because I'm not. I'll drown.
Any other questions you all have from your sensor reading?
I'll let the others
I
ask
have an
stuff if
answer.
they want.
I have an answer if we decide to go down. We'll need an umbrella.
Yeah, the only way we're going down there outside of the islands is either in EVA suits to protect us from metal rain, or we'd have to take a shuttle into the oceans and have it refitted for pressurized diving.
Yeah. We just need an umbrella, that's all. We don't need any suits.
I'll idly mention we might want to prep that shuttle anyways.
Yeah, I think we should go down in a shuttle anyway. So...
Alright. I'm going to speak with Captain Anala in the ready room and then contact Starfleet Command. Commander, I want you to prepare a diving team to enter the planet with a shuttle. and report to me when you're ready to go.
Yes, sir.
Steps into the ready room. Begins her calls as you're all left with this rather strange mystery looming below you. And probably buoyed up by the fact you saved the beautiful river from a rather terrible fate.
Oh yeah.
That will be all for today. For everyone watching out there, thank you very
That's
much for
fun.
watching. Those of you playing, thank you very much for playing. And we'll see you again next time. Bye.
Bye.
That was fun.
That session went rather well, I think.
Yeah. Apart
Yeah.
from me.
Tech issues. Every game has them.
Yeah. Yep. And it wasn't just me, so
Oh yeah, no.
yeah.
And there's a couple things I need to finish up. I normally have momentum and threat as like tokens you see on the board in Roll20. I'll have that for next time. So you don't have to
All right.
keep a running track in your head. You're supposed to
Yes.
see the tokens on the table.
Yes.
Yeah. I was worried you were all going to that other planet. I was like, oh no, it's reasonable for them to look at it. Oh, don't go there. It's the other one.
We're almost dead. Yeah.
Dives in head
Ooh,
first. Removes all their
psionic.
helmets
Jump
like
in
the
head
aliens movie.
first.
Yeah, good session.
Everyone used their values.
Yes.
You
I
You-
definitely need a telepathic focus. That's
I
that's
even
too
looked at a
useful.
trait. Yeah, I even had a look at my trait.